Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome to Psychic Tapestry. I'm Ken Kessler, and she is Toni DeMaio. Hi, Toni.
Hi, Ken. Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday.
And we're here live. It's Tuesday, January 24th. Holy cow, the month is almost gone.
It is.
Also, holy cow, I just said holy cow. I don't know when the last time was I said that, but it's January 24th, and we're live, and the phones are open. 347-838-9903 is the number. There are a couple other ways you can connect to us. If you're listening to Psychic Tapestry on the Blog Talk Radio website on your desktop computer, you can scroll down, pop in the chat room, and join us there. I just opened that up. You can also connect through social media, facebook.com/Psychic Tapestry, @Psychic Tapestry on Twitter. I'll keep an eye on both of those, so if you have questions, you can send them through there, and we'll do our best to get to you. The phone's the best because you may have follow-up questions for us, we may have them for you, and the back and forth of the conversation is a lot easier on the phone than through the chat room or social media. But you could be working or doing something that makes it hard to call in, or maybe you just don't like your voice on the radio, or maybe you like the anonymity of social media. Maybe it's something that's none of our business, and that's okay too. That's why those other options are available to you, okay? But as I said, the phone's the best, and that number is 347-838-9903. I want to talk about something. It's a little bit... Toni, do you know what it means if I say it's inside baseball?
Inside baseball?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
You can say anyway. Go ahead.
It's a little bit behind the scenes kind of stuff that.
Okay.
That Toni and I and other people who do different kinds of psychic readings come up against with people who want readings, and we are not picking on anybody, and we're not making fun of anybody. But this is probably, the most common thing that anybody who does this sort of thing gets asked. When's he coming back?
Yeah, or when is she coming back? I get that
right.
too.
Right.
Yep.
That's probably the number one thing.
Yeah, number one thing.
And
either that or when is he or she going to change and be the person that I need them to be.
Right. And I get you.
Yeah.
I understand what drives you to feel that way. But and we're not going to make fun of anybody who is on the phone who wants to ask that. But here's some things to think about. Why do you want them back? Is it just because you don't want to be alone? Was there something in that relationship that was good that you want to recapture it? Because most of the time, the answer to that last question is no. And the answer to the first one is yes. People don't like to be alone. And I understand that. But when you can get yourself to the point that you enjoy your own company, not at the exclusion of everybody else, but that you don't mind going out to dinner by yourself, or going to a movie by yourself, or just hanging out at home by yourself, when it doesn't feel like you're missing out, when it doesn't feel like punishment, when you just enjoy having that little bit of time to yourself, when you're okay with that, that's when magic can happen. That's, when you get to that point, you'll have raised the bar to meeting somebody that be somebody who is going to save you or somebody who's going to make everything better. It can be somebody that you can share things with.
Right.
Share your love, share your life. That should be something that you're thinking about if you feel like you're ready for a relationship. That should be the key. It shouldn't be that I'm tired of being alone.
Yeah.
It should be that, you have something to share. And the whole thing about when's he coming back, when's she coming back. I remember, and I think, Toni, you were on with me when we got this call years ago. We got a call from a woman who wanted to know, she and her ex had broken up.
Right.
He had blocked her on social media, moved to a different town, married someone else, had a baby with this other someone else. And she felt like he was her twin flame, whatever you want to. He was.
Yeah, that twin flame thing.
Yeah. And she wanted to know when he was coming back. And I was absolutely gobsmacked that she would ask that.
I know.
And I couldn't help but ask her, why? Why do you want him back?
Yeah.
He's blocked you. He has moved away. He has married somebody else and has a child with them.
Right.
I mean, and not everybody who calls and wants to know when he's coming back has that kind of story. But
no. But
really, yeah. I remember when I was in college and my long-term girlfriend and I broke up, and I don't remember the specifics. There were lots of things. We both kind of realized that this was not going to be long-term. There was just no way. Right. And so we broke up, and I missed her. And at Christmas time, I drove to where she lived, where she had gone home for the winter break, and it was hour and a half, 2 hours away. And I drove out there to surprise her, and she was very happy, and we were going to start to date again. And she asked me, do you think we ought to go ahead and get engaged? And it was Christmas time, and I did miss her. And I was 20, 21. I missed being with somebody at the holidays. I missed being with her. I missed all of the good, but I was also had enough enough sense to say to her, this has been a really nice couple of days of seeing each other again, and it's Christmas time, and I do want to see you more often, but we haven't talked about any of the things that broke us up. And we have to deal with that stuff before we can do anything, before we can move past that. And most people don't want to deal with that kind of stuff.
The work, right? Do the work.
Yeah, it's work, and it's not easy, especially if there are problems that you have that are big enough that you both feel you can't get past them, and it breaks you up. Then to get back together, none of that has been fixed.
Yeah.
So you gotta address it because nothing changed. And I think that's one of the things that people don't get when they yearn for that relationship to come back, they want all the good stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't want to think about the things that broke them up. Whether it's that, I mean, there were so many things in our case.
Yeah.
Different religious backgrounds, which was very important to her. Different goals, different everything. And we didn't talk about it. And I wasn't expecting that it was going to be, well, things don't bother me anymore.
Right.
If they bothered you enough to break you up, they're still there, and they're
still there,
come back.
Right. Yeah.
And you have to deal with it. And it doesn't mean that either of you have to give up who you are, but there has to be some compromise if that's possible. But it's things that you have to think about that stuff, and you have to figure out how you're going to deal with it, or it's just going to come back. It's just going to come back again.
Absolutely. You both have to want the same life. I think when you're in a marriage, you're choosing a life together, right? You're choosing where you want to live, and sometimes
and how you want to live.
Children you want to have. Yeah, how you want to live, and how much, work-life balance, and all those things. How you save money, how you spend money. Do you want to live in an apartment, in a condo, in a house, right? So many things. You all have to get that ironed out first.
And the thing is, it doesn't have to be that everything that you want out of life is the same as the other person. To be able to live with some of the things that they want. If you wind up living in an apartment in the city because that's really what they want, and you wanted a house in the country, are you going to be able to happily live with them in an apartment in the city? And if if you can, that's terrific. And it doesn't have to be forever.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
You have to be able to do that. It doesn't have to be that everything you want is the same as everything that they want, but it has to be that things that are most important to you are important enough to the other person that they can help you get that, or help you on that path. It doesn't have to be, if you're a dog person and they're a cat person, is there some kind of compromise? Or is it, if there's not, if you have to have a dog and you don't want to ever have a cat, and they have to have a cat and don't ever want to have a dog, that's something that is going to be very difficult to get past.
If
they don't want children and you do.
Yeah, that's a huge one. Yeah.
Right. But if they want children and you don't know, you're okay with kids, it's not something that was on the top of your list, but you're okay with that, that's fine. Yeah. But if you are polar opposites on some of the important things, you have to figure out, you have to realize that that's not going to work. If they have to live in the city, you have to live in the country. You can't do that.
Right.
And
I agree. And so often the people will want the ex back without even thinking about the fact that they're going to have to address some of these things that broke them up, like you're saying, And I often wonder, why do you want to go backwards instead of forward? If there were so many big things that broke you up, maybe it's better to look ahead towards somebody else who may want the same things you have or want, or, that you're more compatible with. And that brings us back to choosing ourselves, loving ourselves, and knowing what works for us, because we each have a right to be happy too. And we can't just stuff our happiness so that we're not alone and we get to be with somebody, right? That doesn't work.
I know somebody who is alone, and mostly they're okay with that. But they won't bother cooking anything that is beyond, nuking something in the microwave.
I know people like that too.
They won't want to make a mess.
Themselves.
They won't do something like that for themselves. And the message that sends is that they don't feel that they're worth that.
They're worth it, right? Yeah.
And that's
you have
the
to
same.
Cook for yourself.
Yeah. And that's
Spoil
the
yourself.
same with finding the right person for you. It's work. Dating can be a lot like going on job interviews, and it can get tiresome.
Like that. It is exactly like that.
It can be it can seem very appealing to get back in that old relationship because you don't have to do all of that work in the beginning.
Right.
You're already there. But you've got built-in problems with that old relationship. There's a reason that it's an old relationship, that you're not together anymore. And if you don't figure that stuff out and work on that, it's not going to. You're not going to make it. You can decide, you know what, all the things that bothered me don't bother me anymore. I'm going to give in on everything and get back together. And as time marches on, that stuff is going to bother you because it bothered you before. And it's part of who you are. And that doesn't make you, that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you or make you unreasonable. Everybody has ideas, goals of what they want their lives to be, of how they see themselves 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. And that includes people who don't give it a thought and are going to go wherever the breeze takes them 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And if that's the kind of person you are, that's great. But if the person that you were in a relationship with needs to know what's going to happen next month, next year, 5 years from now, what is our plan? What is our financial goals? What are all of our plans? And that freewheeling kind of lifestyle probably makes them crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're not wired that way. They can't handle that. So those are all kinds of things that you have to consider. And I don't want to say all this so that everybody is terrified to meet anybody or, God, I'm going to be alone forever. No, but don't look at it. Don't look at being alone as a punishment.
Right.
It's your opportunity. Really, it's your opportunity to do anything that you want.
I know.
The remote is yours. The leftover pizza in the fridge is yours.
Yes.
You want to go to bed early. You want to stay out late. You want to watch whatever it is you want to watch. All that stuff is, and I know it's little stuff, but it's stuff that you can enjoy by yourself. You can go somewhere to eat by yourself and enjoy it. If you need to, you can take a laptop or a tablet or something with you, so you have, or a book or something to occupy your time, because it's just you and you can do what you want.
Right.
And when you can figure out how to do that, then you don't need somebody to fill in that empty time with you. You could want someone to share.
That's right. That's perfect.
That pizza that's in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets so frustrating when, we get call after call after call. When's he coming back? And it's hard not to say, why do you want him back? Or her?
Yeah. And then,
why do you want him back?
They'll sometimes say, because I'm waiting for them to change and be the person I need. And not everybody can change to be the person that you need. You have to deal with the person that's there. You can't change people. You can only change yourself. So you have to deal with the person that presents, you know. And this is a good talk to have because it's close to Valentine's Day, and there's so much pressure on people to have a Valentine, you know, somebody special for Valentine's Day. But there are so many forms of love, you know, that everyone can celebrate, right? You can love your dog, you can love your grandkids, you can love your kids, you can love your friends. You can just do brotherly love the planet, whatever. There's all kinds of love. It doesn't have to be romantic love. We can all participate. But,
I mean, I get that
what? Yeah, go ahead, honey. What did you
well,
want to say?
I was just going to say, I can get that tough if you're still grieving a past relationship, and it is, you know, it's the death of your relationship, so you are grieving. So I get that that's hard when you're doing that, and you got through Christmas where it seemed like there were couples everywhere, and you made it through that, and now Valentine's Day is coming up, and every store has all kinds of hearts with chocolates and cards and flowers and all of that stuff. That I get that that's tough, or it can be tough. Mm-hmm. But you matter. You are important. You are worth taking care of. And if it means avoiding some of those places, you can't avoid them all because you got to go to the store. You're going to need milk, bread, and eggs or whatever. But it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to carry the weight that you give it.
No.
The cards, the flowers, all that.
Right. And then when people are ready again for a relationship, there is like a formula that you can get ready. But first you have to be able to release and surrender and cut the ties and the energy of the past relationship. Right? That's one thing you can do. And then you have to be able to open your heart mindfully to the idea of a new love. And people have to also get past the mistaken idea that there's one person for everybody. And if, let's say they've had a divorce and they think, oh, my one true love, it didn't work out and now I have no one and, you know, I should get back with this person because this is the person I was supposed to be with. And that's just not the case. There are more than one choice for each person. There are many soulmates that we interact with in the course of a lifetime, and we have different chances at relationships. You know, with each person comes a different life, too. So it's kind of interesting what you get to choose, but you have free choice, and you get to choose. But I feel so bad for some of the people that I talk to who really, literally believe in their heart and soul that there's only one person that God meant them to be with. And I tell them, no, God wants you to let you choose who to love. And if it doesn't work out with this one, you can choose again. So nobody really has to be alone. And nobody is alone because you've got a whole team of guides and angels and all those people that you can put to work to go find your next soulmate, actually. You can ask for a relationship angel to come in and help you to literally find your next love. So there's that, too. But you don't have to go back to a relationship because it was the only one you're supposed to have. So, you know, I think a lot of people get that wrong.
And one of the other things I know that bogs people down is that you ascribe lots of different things to being connected to that past relationship. Mm-hmm. Songs and movies and restaurants and all kinds of things. And you can do something about that to get it back. When I was getting divorced, there was a particular restaurant that I really liked. And I had liked it before I had met my ex. And it became sort of our place. And then I didn't want to lose that in the divorce. And I know it's silly,
right.
but it's a restaurant. And it was a restaurant that I liked. So I went to it by myself every payday for dinner. I took myself there. It was a steak place, and I took myself there every payday. And I went, and I was there by myself. I think there was one time one of my friends from work went with me. But otherwise, I just went often enough that it lost that mythical power that it had.
Right.
And you can do the same thing with songs. You can do the same things with movies. You don't have to. If there's a particular movie that was your movie, maybe it was your first date, you can just, there's so many movies, you don't have to watch it. You can give it up. You can turn the station when that song comes on, and you don't have to keep going to that restaurant. You can avoid it, or you can decide that I'm not going to give this part of my life up. I'm going to continue to get that steak. I'm going to continue to listen to those CDs. I'm going to continue to watch that TV show. Yep. You're in charge. You're in charge of all of that. And you can make the decision, but it doesn't have to carry that extra weight.
That's the truth.
You go into the grocery store and there's all kinds of Valentine's candy. Get yourself something you like. Get a heart-shaped Reese's cup. Delicious.
Yeah.
Get a little treat. It doesn't always have to come back to food, but that seems to be where. Get yourself some flowers. You can get yourself some flowers. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
You can do that, and then Valentine's Day will be past, and you can continue to work on you. And that's really the most important thing is working on you. Find a way
and getting to know yourself and love yourself. And then you're ready to love again. And then you're ready to move forward and love again.
And it'll be so much easier once you get to that point where you can where you're happy with you.
Yep.
Then you don't want him back or her back.
Right.
Because you're happy with you. And any of that stuff that used to bug them, there's probably it's not very mature, but you'll probably enjoy doing those things.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to use a coaster in my own house. Go ahead. Yeah.
That was good.
You'll enjoy you. Figure out a way to enjoy you. And then you'll be in such a better place to share yourself with whoever, with somebody
People
else.
Who
and
really
they don't
appreciate you. You don't have to change. Yeah.
And you don't need somebody who's a carbon copy of you. If you have differences, that gives you something to share.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I like that.
I could probably beat this drum for another hour and a half, but I don't want to do that. Do you think is there anything that we missed in that?
I think we covered it all, and I think people are now ready for Valentine's Day. That's coming up. I do.
Okay.
Yep.
347-838-9903 is the number. Before we get to your calls, Toni, why don't you explain yourself? Who are you and why are you here?
Okay. I am Toni DeMaio. I'm a psychic. As I said, I think last time, I've been giving people readings whether they wanted them or not since I was about 3 years old. So it's been a long time, over 70 years. I just know stuff. I don't know why. I know stuff I have no business knowing. That's the psychic part. And then the medium part is being able to see dead people and get messages of course, from the beyond, and specifically, which is my specialty, from our guides and angels. And that's my favorite thing to do, because I believe that that's a really good source of information, your guidance team. So that's what I'll be doing for you tonight. And I can't wait to get going. And now, Ken, you can tell them who you are.
Hi, I'm Ken Kessler, and I fly the plane and push the buttons and talk too much. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm a music intuitive. I get a lot of my information messages through music and sometimes through spirit that has a music connection. For the purposes of this podcast tonight, I have a streaming player loaded up with tonight's 4,865 songs. And I have set it to play randomly, shuffling, and ask my angels and guides and your angels and guides to give me the song that is for you. So when we take your call, I'll let you know what song was playing and what I think it means for you. For example, right now, Donna Summer, I Remember Yesterday is playing. And I can tell you about Donna Summer, and tell you I remember yesterday, and that the past is a great visit. To live there it has who you are, but it's not the prison for who you're going to be. So That's something to keep in mind. A lot of people are comfortable. It's kind of like what we've been talking about with Wednesday coming back, is about living in the past. And you need to figure out how to reconcile that with who you are now and what you want and where you're going. So anyway, so that's the kind of thing that I would give you with that song. And that's all great, but the song I Remember Yesterday or Donna Summer herself might have a personal meaning for you. And that's okay. That's valid. Sometimes that's just how it works. Angels and guides like to use what's in our heads as the reader to trigger in you what you need to know. And sometimes that could be as simple as me saying Donna Summer. So there.
Yeah.
And with all of that said, and it was a lot, let's grab some phone calls. 347-838-9903 is our number. Hi, thanks so much for hanging on. What's your first name?
Joe.
Hi, Joe. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Texas.
Yeah.
And how can we help you tonight?
A lot's happened in the last 2 months, and I'd just like a basic reading of what's happening for me right now.
Okay. I just pulled a card for you, Joe, and it's the Sun card. Probably the best card in the whole deck. Life is wonderful. You deserve it. Great things are headed your way. Your plans will succeed beyond your wildest dreams. As long as you keep all of your thoughts and your words positive, and you will continue to thrive. The angels want you to believe in yourself and those around you during what they're describing as a magical time in your life. Also, Archangel Uriel is bringing brilliant epiphanies to those who ask for his help. So inspiring new ideas lead the way to abundance and happiness for you. You will also receive public recognition and awards for the work that you do, which I know you well, and I know that you're an artist, so that fits too. And the additional meanings of this card are happiness, finally seeking and finding a trustworthy relationship, understanding yourself better, and achieving personal satisfaction. Things don't get much better than that, Joe.
That's a pretty good card.
That's a good card.
It does relate to my last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it actually does. And then I have another card for you, the 10 of Gabriel. And this is interesting. This is telling you something. I think you are working on this too. It's important to live a balanced life. Your determination and sheer will to accomplish the task before you is very admirable, but it can take a toll on you. I mean, you are amazing with these things that you bite off. They're like amazing, these huge projects. I mean, really. So I think the angels are telling you, yeah. So ask for help from others. It's okay to get help. You can delegate responsibility to those who can do a good job sometimes. I know one thing you told me you did do that with recently, which is good.
Yeah.
They say reduce stress, and for the sake of protecting your health, release any feelings of guilt and remove unnecessary obligations from your schedule. Your current challenges can feel burdensome, but there has been a great deal to learn from the situation you've just passed through. This is a time of wonderful growth, yeah, and this will make you stronger. The angels and guides want to place helpful people at your disposal or by your side. So look out for new people to enter your life during this period of time. And this is about maybe at some point you had tried too hard to please another person, but there is light at the end of the tunnel, and they're saying that you have an overdeveloped sense of responsibility, but that just makes you who you are. So they want you to kind of put yourself first is what this is all about. Take good care of yourself. Put yourself first, and when you need help, ask for it. That's basically it. Did that resonate with you, my friend?
Yeah, I think my journey sort of stalled with a lot of detours, and I think this last few months I've gotten back on course and grown quite a bit.
Yeah, I think you're doing great, for sure. And now, go ahead. I do. I think you are. I'm going to give you to Ken now.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for calling, Joe.
Hi, Joe. The song that was playing for you was almost, you could almost call it what Toni said. It's Let the Good Times Roll by the Righteous Brothers. They're one of, I don't know how many dozens. Well. Yeah.
I love them.
So many singers and bands have recorded that song. But this is a time, it doesn't mean that you're done with everything or really even done with anything. But it's time for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor, to enjoy yourself, to have some fun. It's a very sun card kind of song. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Ken. I'll take 2 of those prescriptions, please.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
good.
That's wonderful. I always get kicked off of here when y'all are done with my reading. So how do I stay on?
You just ask like that, and I put you on hold.
Okay. All right. I'd like
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Well, thanks for calling us tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Nice to talk to you, Joe. Have a good day.
347-838-9903 is the number, and hopefully that worked okay. If it didn't, Joe, call back. But let's grab the next call. Hi, thanks for hanging on. What's your first name?
Oh, my name's Sue. I'm calling from Toronto.
And how can we help you, Sue? Toronto.
Is there any messages from the angels?
Okay. Always. Oh, wow. Okay. You've got an emotion card from the angels. So first card, the 4 of emotion. And your angels and guides are saying there are very positive forces around you right now just waiting to help. And the angels can't step in and help you unless you ask. So they're asking you to please kind of wake up and see all the endless possibilities that await you in life. So ask for an angel to help you to see this and to recognize all the good things coming your way. It says don't take any of the wonderful things in your life for granted. Instead, be grateful for them and then look around to see what other amazing opportunities God and the angels have in store for you. Daydreaming and going within can be a healthy way to get clarity on who you are and what you want from your life. These methods may be used for contemplation, but also, it's a good way to begin manifestation. Doing some meditation and going within, daydreaming your way into like a wishful state where you're thinking about what you want next can help it to happen. And they say, however, once you have the insights that the angels want to deliver to you, remember to take focused action so that you don't miss out on the joy of living out all of your dreams. And an additional meaning of the card is time to get motivated, and you may not be seeing some of the opportunities that are around you. And since this is an emotion card, it can also be talking about love or new love or a rebirth of a current relationship, whichever is the case. But they say it's time to focus only on the positive for you. And don't be too introverted. Maybe open up a little bit more to other people and let them in. You have another emotion card, which is absolutely about love. So I want to ask, are you currently in a relationship?
No.
Sue? Okay. Well, this is great news then. Romance will bloom and love will grow. You may get some flowers unexpectedly, followed by whispered phone conversations in the evenings that go on for hours and hours. You know how that is when you meet somebody new and you can just talk to them forever. And this is all part of the process of falling in love. They're saying your heart will soar and you will smile more than you usually do. And this helper of emotion card is telling you that the angels are charging in with grace, poetry, and knowing eyes, and suddenly nothing is the same for you. This is going to be a new person who enters your life, or it could even be someone that you've known, but you didn't look at them in that same way, and suddenly you do. But the romantic flames of love are about to be kindled, and either way, love is in the air. Breathe deeply of it. This is a blessing. So, does that resonate with you?
Well, the first bit was hopeful, but and I'm not looking for a relationship, so that's not real.
Somebody may pop in for you, honey. You may be very surprised.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. I'm going to give you the can now.
Hi, Sue. The
Hi.
song that was playing when we picked up your call was All I Want to Do by Sheryl Crow. Do you know that one?
Oh,
yep.
I love that.
It's similar to the song for Joe that we just had, but all I want to do is have some fun. And this is a reminder that you should be enjoying your life. And that doesn't mean you need to win the lottery so you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, for however much it costs. But it's a reminder to try and put a little something into every day that is just for you. That's something that you enjoy. It can be watching a sitcom that you like, or listening to an album that you like, or having a snack, or just having 10 minutes of peace, whether it's at home or in a park or wherever, whatever speaks to you. And I know there are some people who like to say, so take a spa day or a little vacation, and that's great if you can afford that, but all of us can't do that kind of thing. But it's more realistic to remember that you're important and you matter and you deserve to enjoy your life, and you should be able to do a little something I like to say every day, but sometimes it's hard because we're grown-ups and we have responsibilities, and sometimes there's not enough hours in the day. But try to remember that you're important and that you should have something that is a little fun, that's something that's just for Sue every day. And it's important to do that, and you'll get a little piece of you back that you may not even have realized is missing. Does that make sense?
Well, I'll see how it goes.
Okay. That's all you can do.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thanks
You
for
are
calling
welcome.
us.
Thank you for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 347-838-9903 is the number. Just checking. I'm reading, obviously not very silently, a message in the chat room.
Okay.
Oh, it's somebody who's just checking the lines. Okay. 347-838-9903. Sorry, I got distracted there. Hi, thanks so much for hanging on. What's your first name?
Hi, I'm so happy I got in. My name is Mindy.
I think I yayed over your name. What's your name again?
Mindy.
Mindy, where are you calling from?
Los Angeles.
And how can we help you tonight?
Well, I'm so open to the process. I would just love to receive a message.
Okay, wonderful. Card for you, and it's the Ace of Gabriel. This is talking about a wonderful gift coming your way. And this gift could be love, money, something wonderful, or a new career opportunity. But it promises passion, opportunity, and inspiration. This is a time of action when you're called to take up whatever activity motivates you the most and make great changes in your life. Don't hesitate to move forward. It isn't necessary to know every single detail of what comes next in order to spring into action. You may be offered a new job or promotion, or you could start your own business, but accept all the new adventures and opportunities with open arms and a sense of wonder, because this is your time. And I love that. That sounds like a good one.
Thank
I
you.
hope that helps. And let's see what else I have for you. Let me pull another one. Okay, the Ace of Ariel. And Ariel is for female empowerment. This is your lucky day. Money, time, and other new resources will flow your way. Your planned new business or career choice will be very successful, and your ability to manifest your dreams is extremely powerful right now. You may meet someone soon who can open doors for you. Laying down long-term financial plans is also wise at this time. Land or home purchases are very possible right now. And the additional meanings of this card are a lucrative idea, a change in your job or a promotion, a helping hand coming your way, and all bright prospects in every major area of your life. So that sounds like you are on your way to success, Mindy. I hope that resonated.
It does.
Yes.
It's so relevant, and I'm very, very happy I called on in. Thank you for your service.
I am too. Thank you, sweetheart. And now I'm going to give you to Ken for your song. Thank you for calling, honey.
Hi, Mindy. The song I was playing when we picked up your call was a song called, where'd the name of it go? Never Let a Chance Fly By. It's by the band Climby Fisher, who was bigger in England than the U.S., I believe. They did have a hit over here in the 80s called Love Changes Everything. This was not a hit, and unless you were a huge fan, you probably don't know the song.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What?
It's the song is Never Let a Chance. The song is Never Let a Chance Fly By, and the band is Climby Fisher.
Okay, I'll look them up.
Okay. The thing about this song is it sounds like it's just what it says. It sounds like never let a chance go by. Okay, every time there's an opportunity to do something, you got to do it. The thing is, that sort of thinking can make you crazy and can become paralyzing because you're constantly worrying about, do I need to do this? Is this the chance? Am I going to miss this? And the thing is, the universe wants you to be happy. The universe wants you to have everything that you want. So there's not just one chance. It's kind of like what Toni and I were talking about love at the beginning of this. There's not just one person for you, and if you miss that, then you're sad and lonely forever. There's not just one opportunity for you to be happy. There's millions of opportunities coming all the time. Part of the lyrics of this song, out of my window, I see a picture. It's a different view out of my window. And that's the kind of thing, you know, if you're so focused on making sure you make the most of every chance and you never let anything get by, and you're just constantly doing that to yourself, you're going to be exhausted. And you're going to it can just make you nuts. And so you got to pick and choose, but you got to understand that there's not just one way for you to be happy. There's not just one solution for anything. So if something doesn't, you know, if there's an opportunity, we've been talking a lot about love. If there's an opportunity to go out with some friends and maybe meet somebody, and you just don't feel like it, you don't need to have rattling around in your brain, this is your only chance. This is your chance. The one for you is going to be there tonight. And if you don't go, you're never going to find them. You know, that's the kind of stuff we tell ourselves, but it's not true. If there was some wonderful person that was going to be there tonight that the universe thinks would be great for you to get together, they're going to find another way for your paths to cross.
Right.
And if not, then there's going to be somebody even better that you're going to meet. And it's the same thing with job possibilities. If there's, you know, if there's one job and you didn't find out that they were hiring until a week later, and now the perfect job for you has been filled, and now you're never going to get it, never going to get another job, that's nonsense. Something even better is coming for you. You don't have to, we have to unlearn that dogma that there's only one path, there's only one way to happiness, and if you miss that one chance, you're sad and miserable forever, because that's not true. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you.
Good. You're very welcome. Well, thank you for calling us.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're quickly running out of time. You want to try and squeeze in one more?
Yes. Let's grab one more.
Let's see what we can do. Hi, thanks for hanging on. What's your first name? Hi, if you're calling from area code 713, this is you.
Hello?
Hi, what's your first name?
My name is Jeff. I know Toni. I was listening on hold.
Hi, Jeff. How are you? It's been a while.
I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yes.
I know we're short on time.
Happy birthday this month.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yes. I said happy birthday this month.
Thank you. A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah?
6'5".
There you go.
I'll just leave it open. We'll catch up another time. Tremendous amount going on, but I'll just leave it open for a reading.
Okay.
Thank
well,
you.
This is a good card. I found a great card for you here. It's a happy change. Your angels celebrate with you as good luck comes your way. Slow-moving events will now suddenly take a leap forward, and great progress can be possible. Unexpected opportunities provide you with the chance to implement real changes in your life, and it may be necessary for you to make clear and firm decisions very quickly. If the situations you find yourself in leaves you lacking in confidence, ask for assistance from God, your angels, or trusted people around you. But the basic meaning of this card is that happy changes are coming your way, unexpected opportunities. So embrace them and be grateful for them. And this is all about changes for the better, hope for a brighter tomorrow, and just knowing that things are about to turn your way. Okay? I'm happy to give you that message, Jeff. And now I'm going to give you to Ken for a musical message. And thank you for calling.
I'll be in touch.
Hi, Jeff.
Yes.
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to whip through this because we're running out of time. The song I was playing is Between the Lines by Stone Temple Pilots. I don't know if you're familiar with that song, but this is about trusting your intuition, trusting your gut, trusting your instinct, whatever you want to think about it. You rock the magic plane with no abbreviation. That's one of the lines from it. So if you have a feeling about something that's sort of between the lines of what you're told or what you see, trust your gut, trust your instinct on it. And they're going to cut us off here in a second. So does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I know the band, but not the song. I'll look it up.
Okay.
But the song.
All right. Well, thanks.
What Toni said, so it works.
Yes. Great.
Terrific. Jeff, thanks so much for calling us tonight. I'm sorry we had to cut it short, but I'm glad we were able to get you on.
Thank you. Have a great night.
All right. Thanks.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much to everybody for calling in tonight and for just listening. And thanks for listening. If you're listening to this days from now when it's no longer live, we really appreciate that. Apologies to the handful of people who are on the phone that we couldn't get to. Blog Talk Radio is going to cut us off here in a couple minutes, whether we're ready or not. And I should mention that it's not because Blog Talk Radio is mean. It's because I scheduled it to run from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern, and it's just about 9 p.m. So Blog Talk Radio is going to cut it off just like the way your alarm would go on because you set it for that. So they're not the meanies. I am.
Yeah.
So anyway, if we couldn't get to you or you didn't get a chance to call in tonight, Toni and I will be back 2 weeks from tonight. So you can hang in there and call us back then. If you don't want to wait, go to psychictapestry.com, click on our teachers and healers, and you can book a private reading with Toni or with me or with Lisa, who we had on just a couple weeks ago, my wife. Or just hang in there, and we'll be back in a couple weeks. So either of those are great. But thank you so much for listening. And Toni, as always, thank you so much for giving up part of your Tuesday evening for us.
And as always, I loved it, loved every minute of it. And thank you so much, my dear friend. This is always
fun.
Thank
you. It really is. Thanks again, everybody. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Remember to tell people that you care about, that you love them. And we will talk to you in 2 weeks.
Yes.
The secret's oat for nourishing your sensitive skin. Start each day with Aveeno's Daily Moisturizing Body Wash in the shower, which gently cleanses and doesn't dry out your skin. Then slather on the Daily Moisturizing Body Lotion for 24 hours of clinically proven hydration. This powerful combo gives you 2 times the moisture in 2 easy steps, thanks to both nourishing oat formulas. Get softer, smoother skin and shop Aveeno now at Target.
Hey guys, it is Ryan. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a fun fanatic when I can. I like to work, but I like fun too. It's a thing. And now the truth is out there. I can tell you about my favorite place to have fun. Chumba Casino. They have hundreds of social casino style games to choose from with new games released each week. You can play for free anytime, anywhere. And each day brings a new chance to collect daily bonuses. So join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.